that track for the no stop.
Yeah. Yeah. They declare the war on drugs with aimed at our youth. Flooded our communities and hid behind the truth that they manufactured crisis from the very root. CIA connections, that's the absolute proof. Crack epidemic was an accident or chance. They destabilized the block with their evil plans. Mass incarceration was their deadly stand. Now we fighting back with every circumstance. It's a war on us, not a war on drugs. They the biggest dealers wearing government mugs. We the ones who suffer, we the ones they shrug off like we're nothing but they scared of us. Mandatory minimums for powder versus rock. One community goes free, the other gets the clock. Disparity in sentencing, that's how they stop the prison population, modern ocean block. But we educate masses, on again they run, exposing all the lies from Washington. The people waking up, we coming for the sun. This revolution can't be stopped, it's already begun. It's a war on us, not a war on drugs. They the biggest dealers wearing government mugs. We the ones who suffer, we the ones they shrug off like we're nothing but they scared of us. From Reagan to the present day, the war continues. They use different tactics, switch up all the venues, but the targets stay the same on all they menus. Black and brown communities, that's how they spin through. Their policies are terror masters, law and order. Militarized police patrolling every border of our neighborhoods while poverty gets warm. But resistance getting stronger, getting harder. War on us will never break our spirit down. We the kings and queens deserving of the crown. Rising from the struggle, we taking back the town. Revolution's here, you'll hear that sound.
We brought the light, the lands covered in the dark. Built universities, left an indelible mark. Mathematics, medicine, architecture divine. Then they turn around and cross that line. Civilize a continent with knowledge and grace. Now they hunting us down, trying to erase our face. From Al-Andalus, where our golden culture shines, to the bottom of ships, where our bodies were confined. From kings to captives, they rewrote the story. Stole our labor, stripped away our glory. Built their empires on our broken backs. Now they deny the truth, covering up the facts. We wore the crown, ruled wisdom and might. Shared our sciences, brought Europe to light. Taught them astronomy, how to read the stars above. Then they repaid our teachings with shackles, not love. Yeah, cotton fields replaced the courts where we once stood. Trading golden rose for chains, misunderstood. They needed our strength to build their new land, so they branded us as less than, that was their plan. Amalgamation was the game they played well. Mixed our bloodlines, put our culture through hell. Separated families on our auction block. Tried to make us forget, tried to pick the lock of our ancestral memory, our Moorish pride. But the true lives in our veins, they can't hide. What they did for profit, building wealth on our pain, while we picked their crops in the sun and the rain. Remember who we were before the change. Remember all the knowledge flowing through our veins. They can't erase what's written in our DNA. The Moors will rise again, that's what I say. No, 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 no.
I'm alive, I got history can't hide. The truth is in our bloodline, running deep inside.
Called the seminars when we fled to the south. Creek and Cherokee to take truth out their mouth. We was always here, indigenous throughout. They rewrote the textbooks, filled the youth with doubt. Black Indians in Florida, Georgia, Alabama too. Mixed with those who ran before Columbus even knew that this land had people with a sovereign view. They erased that chapter, now I'm speaking true to you. Census change the story, redefine a race. Put us in categories to keep us in our place. But the DNA don't lie, it's written on my face. We the original people of the space. They took everything we had, everything we knew. Changed our story, made it all untrue. But we remember, yeah, we breaking through. 400 years, but we still here, it's overdue. Renamed but not forgotten. History can't hide. truth is in our bloodline, running deep inside.
Benin City walls stood tall, architectural perfection. They stole our bronze, but couldn't steal our resurrection. Overruled with wisdom, justice was the code. Now I'm walking in his footsteps on this modern road. They said we had no history, no culture, no art, but our craftsmanship was legendary, played a vital part. Museums hold our treasures that they took by force, but the power's in my spirit, I'm reclaiming the source. We were kings before the change, royalty in our DNA. Built empires, made it rain, they can't take that away. From the throne to the block, we rise from the pain. Black excellence never stops, crown blood in our veins. Blood in our veins. And bronze heads of kings displayed in foreign lands, but the spirit of the overflows through these hands. They plundered our kingdoms, tried to break our pride, but the legacy of greatness is something they can't hide. From the palace to the streets, I carry royal genes. My ancestors were warriors, inventors, and queens. The Benin Empire's glory echoes through time. Now I'm standing on his shoulders, making this climb. We were king before the change, royalty in our DNA. Built empires, made it rain, they can't take that away. From the throne to the block, we ride from the pain. Black excellence never stops, crown blood in our veins. Colonize our nations, but they couldn't colonize our minds. The knowledge of our kingdoms is what history finds. I'm teaching young kings about the bronze and the glory, making sure they know the truth, the untold story. Always wisdom guides me as I navigate this life, facing modern struggles, dealing with the strife. But I know where I come from, royalties in my chest, Benin's legacy living on. I'm truly blessed. Bronze sculptures tell the tale of ancient might. Black excellence prevails, shining through the night. From Benin's palace walls to the city streets, kings reclaim it all, victory sweet. No room to stand or turn, no access to the light. Lying in their waste with disease spreading fast. Praying every moment wouldn't be their last. Children crying out for mothers they can't see. Men and women changing at their dignity. The smell of death surrounding every breath they take. How many souls can human cruelty break? Down below the dead, water's cold as death. Every single breath might be our last breath. On the ocean, waves of agony. Sharks following the vessels through the open sea. Bodies thrown overboard, no burial, no grave. Just food for the predator, swimming in the waves. Some chose to resist by refusing all their food. Rather die with honor than endure the servitude. Captains broke their teeth to force them to eat, turning human beings into commodity meat. Down below the deck, water's cold as death. Every single breath might be our last breath. Smallpox, dysentery, fevers running high. 15-20% would never survive. The ones who made it carry trauma in their soul. Memories of that journey took a heavy until they bled. Watching fellow captives dying, stacking up the dead. The transatlantic horror, history's darkest crime. 6 million lives lost during that time. Down below the dead, waters cold as death. Every single breath, might be our last breath, whoa. Armageddon's on, ships of misery. Captains throwing people overboard to claim insurance fee. Rebellions in the darkness, fighting for their life. Sinking when his warriors, rising up to fight. But Moses had to suffer through the endless days, dreaming of their homeland in the watery haze. The Middle Passage stands as testament to pain. Oceans hold the memories of every soul in chains. Atlantic waters deep, where ancestors sleep. They sleep, their spirits we keep. In memories we weep. Never forgotten, 12 million strong. Your sacrifice lives on in every freedom song. Freedom song, yeah. Stolen from the motherland, thrown on wooden ships, packed like cargo in the hold, survival on their lips. Children torn from mothers' arms, families ripped apart, branded like their property, fire burning dark. Middle Passage horror, bodies in the sea. Millions lost their lives before they'd ever see the land where they be tortured for the color of their skin. 300 years of suffering, where do I begin? We remember all the pain, remember every scar and every chain. History can't be erased, we speak their names, fighting so it never happens again. No. Cotton fields from dawn to dusk, work until they bled. Whip for looking up too long or lifting up their head. Masters living lavish off the labor of the slaves. Build a nation's wealth upon their unmarked graves. Oh Lord, sold at auction blocks like animals on display. Husbands, wives, and children all scattered far away. No education, no rights, not even their own name. Just numbers in a ledger of America's shame. We remember all the pain, remember every scar and every chain. History can't be erased, we speak their names, fighting so it never happens again, never again. They sang spirituals in the night to keep that spirit strong. Codes hidden in the melodies, freedom was the song. Underground railroad running, Harry led away, risking everything for one more soul to save. Resistance in the shadows, rebellions in the light. Turner, Prosevesi, standing up to fight. But the system kept on grinding, treating humans like machines. The coolest chapter written in American history scenes. We remember all the pain, remember every scar and every chain. History can't be erased, we speak their names, fighting so it never happens again, never again, no. Emancipation came but freedom wasn't really free. Jim Crow laws and terror lynching from the trees. Reconstruction promises were broken and betrayed. Sharecropping kept them trapped, just slavery remained. Generational trauma running through the bloodline still. Mass incarceration, modern chains that kill. We gotta learn the truth of what our ancestors endured, so we can build a future where humanity is pure. We remember all the pain, remember every scar and every chain. History can't be erased, we speak their names, fighting so it never happens again, never again, no. To every soul who suffered, to every life they took, we want the stories written deeper than any history book. Deeper. We stand on your shoulders, we carry on your fight. From the darkness of the past, we're walking toward the light. Never forgotten, forever in our heart. The legacy lives on, we'll never let it part. Change of yesterday, but tomorrow we are free. Honoring your memory for all eternity. We remember all the pain, remember every scar and every chain. History can't be erased, we speak their names, fighting so it never happens again, never again, no.
Peaceful villages where children used to play. Warriors and farmers living day by day. Then the raiders came with muskets and with chains, tearing families apart, inflicting so much pain. Dragged across the sand of dungeons by the coast, locked inside the darkness like they were living ghosts, waiting for the ships that would carry them away, far away from everything they knew, the endless slavery days. Stolen from our home, cast across the phone. We'll remember where we're from, till we find our way back home. Elders speaking wisdom, stories of the land. Griots singing history's generations plan. Now those voices silence, culture locked away. Language is forbidden, forced to work and pray. Kings and queens reduced to numbers and to slaves. Scholars, artists, mothers, all treated the same ways. Identity was stolen faster than the freedom fell. Trapped inside a nightmare, living in a hell. Stolen from our home, cast across the phone. Remember where we're from, till we find our way back home. Golden ivory kingdoms, empires in the sun. Centuries of civilization now undone. European greed and triangular trade. Roaming guns and humans, profits being made. But in Congo, Ashanti, so many taken still. Millions shipped across the ocean against their will. The continent was bleeding, wounded to its core. While slavers kept on coming back for more. Oh, stolen from our home, cast across the phone. Remember where we're from, until we find our way back home. West African nations, Central, East and South. Stories passing secret, truth from mouth to mouth. They couldn't take our spirit, though they took our liberty. The memory of Africa lives eternally. DM remembers even when the names are gone. Ancestors are with us, their legacy lives on. From the stolen shores we carry forth the fight, bringing back the culture, bringing back the light. From the motherland, the foreign sand, we still stand, hand in hand. Africa's children scattered but not broken down. One day we'll return to reclaim the crown. Yeah. The crown. Yeah.
Back on me. Back on
They came at dawn with chains and fire, tore my world apart, ripped my babies from my arms, left scars upon my heart. My husband fought with all his might but couldn't break us free. Now I'm walking through this darkness where the cypress trees can't see. Every step I take is heavy, weighted down with pain. Mud is pulling at my ankles like the shackles and the chains. Spanish monsters hanging low like tears that never dry. And the water's rising slowly while I'm asking heaven why my children's laughter echoes somewhere distant in my mind. But when I reach out for the memory, there's nothing I can find. The marsh is thick and endless, swallowing the light. And I've been running from the horror every single night. Down in the swamp, where the water runs deep, where the willows are crying and the shadows don't sleep. I gave all I had, but they took everything. Now the marsh is my grave and the bullfrogs they sing. These waters will hold me, pull me down below, where the pain can't reach me and the tears won't flow. I can still smell the smoke from my cabin burning down. Hear my daughter screaming mama as they drag her through the town. My son was only 7 at his daddy's gentle lies. Now he's working fields somewhere beneath those burning skies. They said we weren't even human, just some property to sell. Split our family into pieces, turned our lives into a hell. My husband's blood still stains the ground where he made his final stand. And I'm sinking in this water with his ring upon my hand. The arch and black, the whip and postmasters in the greed. Took every single thing I loved to satisfy the need. Now quicksand's got me thinking this might be my only rest. The swamp can have my broken body pain carved in my. Down in the swamp, where the water runs deep, where the willows are crying and the shadows don't sleep. I gave all I had, but they took everything. Now the marsh is my grave and the bullfrogs they sing. These waters will hold me, pull me down below, where the pain can't reach me and the tears won't flow. I'm waist deep in the water and I'm not fighting anymore. My strength is gone, my hope is shattered on that auction floor. Maybe down beneath these waters I can find some kind of peace. Maybe in the mud and darkness all the suffering will cease. I see my reflection fading In the moonlight on the waves, one more soul the system murdered, one more unmarked grave. But I'm more than just descendant, more than what they made me be. I was mother, wife, and warrior before they stole my family. Let the historians remember what this evil country did, how they broke apart our families, every horror that made it. As the water fills my lungs now and the stars begin to blur, I'm still somebody's mother, still somebody's lover, still her. Still fighting in the darkness even as I slip away. The swamp will tell my story in its own eternal way. Now the marsh keeps all my secrets, holds my sorrow and my bones. My spirit's in the water, in the cattails and the stones. They can't chain me any longer, can't sell off what I hold dear. I'm finally with my family in a place beyond the fear. Down in the swamp where the water runs deep, where the broken find their freedom and the weary find their sleep.
Yeah. Then Mark Vesey planted freedom in the Charleston night. Organized, thousand ready for the fight. But betrayal came before the day could arrive. 35 executed, crushed the hope to thrive. Gabriel Prosser had a plan in Virginia too. 1,000 slaves ready to break through. Thunderstorm delayed it, then the snitch exposed the plot. 26 were hanged, that's the justice that they got. We reached our breaking point, no longer disappointed. Rise up, fight back, we won't be exploited. Revolution in our veins, through our veins, yeah. Nat Turner heard the voice of God inside his head. Led a rebellion with 55 whites in the dead. 2 days of freedom, terror spreading through the South. Masters fear retribution from the slave's mouth. Response was brutal, 200 black people killed. Most weren't even part of Turner's will. New laws passed to restrict what slaves could do, proving that resistance scared them through and through. We reached our breaking point, no longer disappointed. Rise up, fight back, we won't be exploited. Revolution in our veins, through our veins, yeah. Stone on rebellion, 20 whites dead in the road. Marching toward Florida where Spanish freedom flowed. Jimmy led the people with a cry for liberty. But militia crushed them down brutally. Every small resistance, every act of sabotage. Burning down the bonds, working at a slower gauge. Poisoning the masses, running to escape. Each one was a breaking point, they couldn't reshape. We reached our breaking point, no longer disappointed. Rise up, fight back, we won't be exploited. Revolution in our veins, through our veins, yeah. Margaret Garner killed her daughter, wouldn't let her be enslaved. Said she'd rather her child be in a grave than suffer through the horror she had witnessed every day. That's a mother's love displayed in a tragic way. Breaking point means different things to different souls. Some fall back with violence, some had other goals. But everyone who resisted showed the world their strength. Freedom was worth fighting for, no matter what the lane. Pushed too far, every scar. Led the moments where they showed who they are. Breaking points throughout the history of pain. Show the system it could never fully tame. Fully fucking tame. Fully fucking tame.
Leather cutting through the air, sound of terror in the dawn. Punishment for nothing, this went on and on. 20 lashes for looking a white person in the eye. 50 more for trying to learn to read or write. Scarred backs telling stories written in the flesh. Enslaved black labor was put to the test. Working in the heat from the sun till the moon. Transatlantic slave trade built by centuries of doom. Fuck the whips, fuck the chains, today is a new day. A debt is owed that will be paid. FBA all day. The vengeance of our ancestors will come down on you and rain. Fuck white supremacy, oppression and pain. When we whip While pregnant, no mercy shown at all. Elderly were beaten, didn't matter if they fall. Children whipped for breaking something they didn't mean to break. How much abuse can a human spirit take? Public whipping designed to make examples of the guilty ones, forcing other slaves to watch what could be done. Psychological torture added to the physical pain. Breaking down resistance was the master's main game. Fuck the whips, fuck the chains. Today is a new day. A debt is owed and will be paid. FBA all day. The vengeance of our ancestors will come down on you in rain. Fuck white supremacy, oppression and the pain. Salt rubbed in the wounds to make the pain last longer. They tried to break the body to make the spirit wronger, but rebellion kept on burning, even through the scars. Could beat the hope of freedom underneath the stars. Overseers drunk on power, Sikhism they creed, using violence as a tool to make the slaves concede. But history remembers every strike against the skin, a crime against humanity, unforgivable sin. Fuck the whips, fuck the chains. Today is a new day. A debt is owed and will be paid. FBA all day. The vengeance of our ancestors will come down on you in rain. Fuck white supremacy, oppression and the pain. Photographs of Gordon showing scars across his back. Whipped so many times, the flesh looked like a track. Images that shocked the world when they saw what was done. Proof of the brutality under the southern sun. The whip crack symphony still echoes through the years. Reminder of the blood, the trauma, and the tears. We document the violence so it never fades away. You're waiting from the past to build a better day. Fuck the whips, fuck the chains. Today is a new day. A debt is owed that will be paid. FBA all day. The vengeance of our ancestors will come down on you in rain. Fuck white supremacy, oppression and the pain. Scars remain, mark the pain. Physical and mental driving some insane. But we survive. We're still alive. Testament to strength, the will to thrive. Yeah.
$12 million taken from the African shore. Chain below the deck, kings reduced to nothing more. They forgot that Pharaoh's blood was running through those veins. Took the future doctors, builders, poets all in chains. The ocean swallowed thousands who refused to trip. Better die as freemen than survive the ship. Middle passage, darkest corridor of pain, but they can never break what Africa contains. Middle passage kill families, bloodlines and souls. Black kings, queens and kids in chains, naked in the cold. 12 million ancestors killed, tortured and sold. This is the middle passage, let our story live on. Mothers separated from the children that they bore. Fathers stripped them names and kingdoms on that shore. Olaudah Equiano wrote it down in blood and ink. Made the world confront the horror, forced them all to think. The Zone massacre, they threw the sick into the sea. Insurance fraud on human beings, where's the dignity? But every soul that perished in that cold Atlantic wave was not a slave, was a king or queen, not a slave. Middle passage killed families, bloodlines and souls. Black kings, queens and kids in chains, naked in the cold. 12 million ancestors killed, tortured and sold. This is the middle passage, let our story live on. They thought that chains could kill the culture, they were wrong. The drumbeat crossed the ocean, heartbeat made it strong. Yoruba and Akan, Igbo, Wolof and Fon. The languages and spirits carried on and on. Voodoo in Haiti, Candomblé on Brazil's coast. African religion, what they feared the most. Middle passage couldn't take the spirit or the soul. 12 million kings and queens, that is the untold scroll. Middle passage killed families, bloodlines and souls. Black kings, queens and kids in chains, naked in the cold. 12 million ancestors killed, tortured and sold. This is the middle passage, let our story live on. We remember every name beneath the ocean floor. We remember every child ripped away from every shore. We remember, and we carry what they suffered for. We remember, and we will not forget what came before.
Oh,
Nile is black, the soil is black, the people too. Kemet literally translates, the black land's true. Not a metaphor, not an argument or debate. The ancient Egyptians told us Kemet is great. They painted themselves in red ochre, dark and bold. Self-portrait after self-portrait, the story told. Punt and Kush were neighbors, family close at hand. All African, all black, across the desert sand.
Our hands have to live forever, running through our soul, our soul. Oh, they live in my heart, so when I'm broken, I'm whole. Ancestors make us whole. Oh, every pyramid is proof, every king, queen, and scroll. Forever tick, come dead and go, till we dead and go.
Chikanta Diop proved it with the melanin test. Black mummies under microscopes put doubt to rest. Afrocentrism isn't theory, it's the archaeology. Look at the skeletal remains and the facial morphology. Sergi and Morton tried to classify the bones, but every measurement confirms our African tones. The evidence in stone and tomb and art and scroll. Black Egypt is the truth that history stole.
I'm set to live forever, running through our soul, our soul. Pyramid is proof, every king, queen, and scroll on my soul. Black Egypt forever tick, I'm dead and gone, till we dead and
We standing on the shoulders of those ancient kings, carrying the culture forward, all the pride it brings. When I look up at the pyramid against the sky, I see my ancestors and I never wonder why. We built it, drew it, charted it, and made it known. From the Black Nile forward, every seed we've sown. Black Nile forever, flowing to the sea. And Egypt was black, and that will always be.
Our hands are to live forever, running through our soul, our soul. Tick, I'm dead and gone, till we dead and gone.
Flow Black Nile, from the source down to the sea. Carry our names, let the ancient record free. We are Kemet's children, proud and born to be. Black Nile forever, flowing wild and free. Before the pyramids reached up toward the sky.